Clipping content was the easiest way to make money online in 2024. This 15-year-old in my community was able to make his first $500 online in his first week with no previous experience, all from his phone. But here's the problem. You're fighting against thousands of other clippers, risking copyright strikes, and praying you're in one of the few countries that actually has the Creator Rewards program. What if I told you I just discovered a brand new opportunity that anyone can join from any country? It's called the Variable Rewards program, and it's launched by the platform Whop. They're paying people up to $3.50 per 1,000 views, which is actually insane. And the craziest part is barely anyone knows about this, and every single month they have $190,000 in payouts going to clippers. That could be you, because unlike TikTok, you don't need any followers, you don't need any money to start, and you can literally start following the guides in this video today and start making money right away. Which, when I found this out, I had to make a video for you guys. This is a brand new opportunity that anyone can start right now. If you wanted to make money with clipping but struggled to get to the follower counts or weren't in the country to do so, this opportunity you can start right now today with zero money, zero followers, and zero previous experience, because I'm going to teach you everything you need to know in this video. Look, we all know what happened with TikTok. The early adopters were printing cash, and the same thing is about to happen here. But don't worry, this time you're going to be early. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly the step-by-step process on how you can capitalize on this opportunity. And no, it's not some ideation, theoretical process. I'm going to show you step by step on how by the end of this video, you can just copy me and start making some money. So lock in, baby, it's going to be a banger. Now, before we jump into the tutorial, you're probably thinking, Johnny, $3.50, this sounds too good to be true. So to truly understand why Whop have created this, you need to know how they actually make their money. So let me break it down for you. Whop is a platform where people can sell all kinds of digital products, courses, communities, coaching, the likes, and it's totally free to use. They only make money from people buying and selling on the platform. So that's why they've created the Variable Rewards program, to get more eyes on their platform, so then more people create digital products on there, and then everyone makes more money. It's literally a win-win for everyone. They get views and you get paid. So now you know this is a real opportunity. Let's jump back to my computer and I'll show you how to join. So there's two methods of joining this. The method one is to go to Google and just search Whop Clips, and it'll be the top link, or method two is just to go to the top link in my description underneath this video. So this is the homepage actually for Whop Clips on the platform Whop, and as you can see, you can click join waitlist, enter your email, and click join. Once you get the email to say that you've been approved, this is what the Whop Clips dashboard looks like. So on announcements tab, you can see this is where they basically post new opportunities to make money and also new creators. Inside the courses, this is where they break down how to actually qualify the different types of content that you can do that are eligible, how to actually create the content, and basically a full library of example scripts and content that you can clip. There's literally everything you need to get started making money right away. So now I'm going to quickly show you an example of clipping content, and then we're going to dive into the massive opportunity which they're paying $3.50 per 1,000 views right now. Because I've covered clipping content before on this channel, I'm just going to basically fly through the overview of the process and how you can take advantage of Whop paying you $1 per 1,000 views for clipping their content. So this is the process. First of all, we need to find long form content. So you could either go to the YouTube channel or you can go to their video library in Whop Clips. Then we're going to pick a video, and we basically need to fly through and watch the video on 2x speed, so you can start picking out moments in which you think would make banger short form content. So I fly through. After watching the entire video, I'm going to go into a Google Doc and I'm basically going to brainstorm a couple of hooks. So for example, clothing brand owner speedrun to 100k. So these are basically my ideas for what's going to be the on-screen text hooks. And then if you're struggling to come up with these ideas, if you've never clipped content before, you might not fully understand like the psychology on what those on-screen hooks should be. So you can use ChatGPT for this, but I'm not going to show you for this in this example. So once you have a couple of hooks, you need to actually go and use a software like 11's Labs, because we're going to use an audio hook as well, so that people basically can be introduced to what your video is going to be about, because the whole goal for this clip that I want to create is a beginning, a middle, and end. So let me show you an example of one I made and you can see what it looks like. Okay, so when I hit play, as you can see, I've got the text hook and then I've got the audio hook.
This is Marshall, a college dropout who is about to make $100,000 in 30 minutes.
And then I've got auto captions on screen. I've basically cut it and I'm going through each time frame throughout the 30 minutes. Basically, I'm building the storyline the same as the YouTube video, but I'm condensing it down into just that 1 minute for short form content. And then I'm using the on-screen text to basically keep everyone accountable for the time frame. So basically it's going to keep retention high because people are expecting to go what's happening next, right? And then I want to have a huge payoff. So as you can see, built it up, huge payoff in the clip, and then boom, ended it on like a real high dopamine. And so this is basically what you want to do. And it's super simple to do this. You literally just go through, clip certain sections of the video out, and add a little keyframe masking. It's so simple to do that. I can show you that later on. And then that's basically it, guys. So that's the clipping section done. Now let's jump into the big money opportunity, which is UGC content. Right, boys, time for some real talk. Your boy's got the whiteboard out. It's serious. I've been studying the marketplace, trying to find trends in what is the best thing to be learning right now to be able to put yourself in the best position to make money online. Realistically, we're not making content for any other reason than to learn a skill that's gonna make us an income, right? And right now, this opportunity that I'm seeing that is literally all across the board for all of these different ways of making money, these different business models, the same skill set is this faceless POV UGC style content, which is why I've basically curated a super long video. I don't know how long the tutorial section of this video is going to be, but it's going to be super in-depth to give you guys every single thing you need. I'm going to drop all the assets, link to all the websites and everything. I've not done a super in-depth tutorial like this in ages, because I've basically seen, boys, that if you learn this skill, you can print with basically every single opportunity that is hot right now. So just bear with me a sec. I might yap for a few minutes, but this is honestly the mindset you need. And if you're just ready to go and start doing the tutorial, just skip ahead, boys. I won't be upset. I won't be offended. Right, this is it. Hear me out. If you've got 45 seconds, I'll just fly through this. So the opportunity right now, obviously, thank you very much to the boys over at Whop for sponsoring this video. They are paying everyone to talk about the platform Whop, because obviously the more people that know about it, either clippers or through long form videos like this one, then obviously the more people that go to the platform, and then the more money Whop make, because obviously they got more customers, more users, and they make money, like I said at the beginning, from people buying and selling on the platform. So that's an insane opportunity right now, and obviously the $3.50 per 1,000 views is literally unheard of, right? But let's just leave that for a sec, because that's only a small fraction of this. You see, what is everywhere printing right now? TikTok Shop. All the videos that I've been seeing on TikTok Shop that aren't just a guy being like, look at this, fucking hell, this whiteboard's fucking sick, mate, get it down in the yellow basket, you know? Most of them are POV content, right? And they're the ones that are printing, because anyone that can do it, obviously if you're in an eligible country. So it's the same editing skill for both this one and this one. Then in my last Whop video, I actually said that people are making faceless Whop communities, and then they're making faceless content, and actually then funneling traffic to Whop, to actually their own community there, right? And quite a few guys commented saying like, oh, how do I actually do this? So boys, this is the tutorial. Exactly how to make that cash pages style of content without having to pay for the cash pages calls. You're welcome, boys. And then digital marketing. I don't know if you've been seeing all of these mums and literally like ladies in America just like making bread or cookies while yapping about the DWA course, and then they're printing, making millions. I've then seen the rise of faceless digital marketing, and guess what? It's the same. Faceless POV UGC style content. And then I've noticed that this skill set is actually allowing everyone, even people who don't want to show their face, to print with any type of business model that they actually choose. So I've provided all the assets, a really comprehensive step-by-step tutorial on exactly how to master faceless POV UGC. This is basically like a course. Just lock in, because this is actually worth learning. Like, this is actually worth learning. Not only can you directly instantly start making money with Whop, but you can also literally jump in and do any of these business models. That's it. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Let's jump back into the step-by-step tutorial. There's a Google Doc down below. It's like 5 pages worth. There's going to be all the editing assets, so you can follow along with me step-by-step and doing this thing. Lock in. Let's jump into the step-by-step tutorial. So this type of content is comprised of 4 sections. You've got the script, which you then turn into a voiceover. Then you've got the stitch clips, which you use as the hook. And then you've got the actual POV content that you've gone and filmed. So I'm going to fly through teaching you guys exactly how to do each step right now. First of all, the script. Now, I've created a bunch of script examples, and so has Whop for their UGC style content. Follow those examples, and I've given you guys a ChatGPT prompt. And then I'm literally just going to basically go through, create some sort of hook outline, and then follow a solution, talk about the product, and then do a CTA to download the product or access the product. Whatever it is that you're trying to sell, whether you're doing this for Whop or you're doing this for TikTok Shop or whatever, the script is going to follow the same template. That's all linked in the Google Doc down below. Now, the next step, the voiceover. It's as simple as taking your script into a software like DubDub or 11 Labs and then pasting it in there and generating a voice. Choose a voice that you like. Whatever, this section has been covered so many times on so many different tutorials. I don't feel the need to like go into detail here. So now you've got the script and you've got the voiceover. It's time to go in and actually film. Now, Now for this, you literally just want to take your phone and you want to film showing yourself going through the steps of the script, whether that's pulling up social proof if you're saying like people get earning money from this, or whether you're going through the dashboard of the Whop Clips. Whatever it is that you're talking about, you need to actually POV show that. And you can use some additional tools like pulling up AI images on screen on your computer if you're talking about something to sort of like visualize it. And there's a lot of other stuff. Again, I don't want to fully go into that because that's going to be dependent on the piece of content. So for example, for me, I've gone out and I filmed me basically pointing at my laptop screen going through the Whop Clips because I'm doing it for the Whop's opportunity of making $3.50 per 1,000 views. So the main aspect that I want to show you guys is the actual step-by-step editing tutorial, because that's like the meat of this. And before we get there, I need to show you how to find the stitch clips. So these are the sections that you've probably seen in front of things like Joe Rogan podcast, in front of someone talking about like Tonkat Ali, where they've got the clip from Joe Rogan and then he goes into a guy filming POV and then they've got the supplement in hand. It's like selling it. That is called a stitch. And I'm going to show you a podcast clip stitch. And then I'm going to show you like the funny meme stitch. And then I'm also going to show you the brain rot stitch. So these are being used really well because it's like natural content that people are used to seeing. And then you catch them basically lacking. And then they realize, damn, I'm getting sold to and it's too late, or I'm getting marketed to. So that acts as the hook. So let me show in how I find my stitches and how I make sure that the content is the highest quality possible, download it and import it into our editing library, and then we'll be ready to go with the big fat step-by-step tutorial. So let me show you the process. How to find viral podcast clips and download them with no watermarks in the highest quality possible to use in your edits. So first we've got the podcast clip. Now to find relevant content, you need to go and search TikTok. So I'm literally going to go to the TikTok search tab and I'm just going to search like clipping content. And then I came across this video.
Videos on TikTok, he sent me this one TikTok with like 30 million views where it was just a part of his video. I was like, I just called him. I was like, you fucking dipshit. You know how many people of that 30 million had no clue who you were? How many views I drove to your videos? I was like, what the fuck are you going on about?
Which is a perfect clip for me because I'm obviously talking about clipping, and Mr. Beast is like one of the biggest YouTubers, and he's talking about someone basically trying to copyright strike clippers. So it worked perfectly because then I can go from the stitch straight into, he's talking about me, aka clippers, and then talking about how other people can do that exact business model. So that's a perfect example. Now, to be able to go and find this is what we do. Now, because this podcast clip has already got edits and everything, I want it to be the clean, plain original version. So I recognize the face and I know this is the Full Send podcast. So I go find the original video and then I copy and paste the URL. Then go to the Google Doc and you'll find the YouTube transcript tool. So paste this YouTube video inside here and click go. This tool basically allows you to actually have the full YouTube transcript so you can actually search for a specific thing that someone said. So in here, we're going to do Command F and we're going to search million subscribers. And then look, I won't say who, but the YouTuber with 20 million subscribers. That is the perfect section that we
I won't
need.
Say who, but
so this is it. Then we're going to full screen.
I won't say who, but
exit everything. And then I'm literally just going to hit screen record and I'm going to go through and screen record this clip. So now I have this screen recorded. I'm going to pull it into CapCut. So I'll jump into there. So inside CapCut, I'm going to click import and then I'm going to open. And then we're going to click the blue plus and it's going to add it onto the timeline. And then I'm just going to cut it from there because that's when the podcast clip actually started and I was screen recorded in the right section. So I'm going to hit B and then blade tool and then delete the first half of the clip. So that's everything sorted. I'm going to go back to the start now and then I'm going to just zoom in the timeline a little bit more and then make sure that actually starts from I won't say who, but
I won't say who, but the YouTuber with 20 million subscribers.
Yeah, perfect. And then we're going to go over to the ratio and then I'm going to click 9:16 and then we're going to expand it so it covers the entire screen. So depending on your preferences, you can either keep the black bars at the top or you can zoom in a little bit further. So if I just change the scale and then I'm going to have it full screen. Okay, yeah, so now I have literally the entire video. So I'm just going to quickly fast forward, listen to it, and then so this is the end of the clip. I don't need the rest of it. So I'm going to click B and I'm going to cut this last bit and then I'm going to delete it off. And then that is it. We've got our podcast clip ready to go. Now we just go and click export and make sure we click video 1080 by 1920. And then I'm just going to call this like the podcast stitch. And that's it. That's how you have the unedited version of those podcast clips to be able to add your own captions and everything for your stitch. Okay, now back in the Google Doc, I'm going to show you now how to find the meme, which are like the funny stitches, and then also the brain rot ones. So how to find these viral memes to use in your edits and download them in the highest quality possible. these are the options, and I've linked down below basically examples all inside the Google Docs. So to actually find this content, I'll go to the TikTok homepage, and in the search, I'll basically search what I'm looking for. So my idea for this hook is that I'm going to basically show like meme coins are super hot right now. So it's a trending topic. So I'm going to have like a funny meme about meme coins. And then I'm going to cut to be like, bro, forget meme coins. This is the best side hustle that anyone could do from their phone. And like, it basically like ties in trending topics and narratives that are obviously hot right now. And then what you're actually trying to pitch. So it works really well. Yeah, if you go here on videos and then you literally just scroll, you'll find some funny ones for sure. Let me look at this one. And it's definitely worthwhile now with all these meme tokens have created all of their own like viral videos. You can basically just use that as a stitch. So I'm going to keep looking and see if I can find any other ones. I'll probably see if I can find the exact one I used and I downloaded, just because then you guys can see. I think it's from a place called NPC Solana. So let me look for their videos. Keep scrolling. But you can basically like watch it. If it's gone viral on TikTok, it means the hook's good, right? Okay, so this is the page, NPC Solana. So I'm going to click on it. And then, there we go, that's the most funniest one. Okay, so let's watch this one, and let me know if you think this is a good hook.
Yo, fucking give me my fucking money back, bro. Bro, give me my
And then, once you're happy with that...
fucking give me my fucking money back, bro. Bro, give me my
And then obviously I can cut and be like, forget meme coins.
From their phone. Forget meme coins. This is a guaranteed way anyone can make their first.
This is a side hustle that you can start with just a phone, you know? I think that's so funny. And it's proven to go viral before, okay? The final style of clips that have been going viral on social media are these brain rot clips. So let me show you how to find these. And then the other version that I'm going to show you guys now is actually the brain rot. So this is basically a channel that I found on YouTube. So it's like Cars Versus. So I'm going to go over click popular, and then I'm going to literally get the most viral video because it's obviously proven to draw people in. And then this is like the Cars versus King Kong. And so as you can see, it's super brain rot, like just dumb content, but people love watching it. So it's a good hook to get people to start watching your video and then to boom, quickly cut to the fact that most people will scroll away. But this is a side hustle that any can make $3 grand from their phone. So yeah, this is basically the two examples of content. So now let me show you how to actually download this. So we'll go back and I'll take the TikTok first. I'm going to copy and paste it, and then I'm going to go into the Google Doc, and you can either use the CNV to MP3, but I found this Cobalt Tools is so much better. So you paste the link in there and then you click go, and it's literally just going to instantly download that video for you, and it's actually super high quality. So let's take a look. And as you can see, we've got the full video on screen, and we got the funny ending, which I'll show you guys how we're going to edit that. And then the same thing for YouTube Shorts, copy and paste it into Cobalt Tools, and again, it's going to instantly download it, and then we've got the video here ready to go. Okay, so now we have our 3 different stitch clips ready. We've got our podcast clip, we've got our funny meme hook, and we also got the brain rot content. So let me show you these clips now.
I won't say who, but the YouTuber with 20 million subscribers the other day. It's funny, he took...
That's the podcast.
Cars versus King Kong. Nissan GTR.
That will be the brain rot one.
Yo, fucking give me my fucking money back, bro. Bro, give me my fucking money. Give me my fucking give me my fucking money back.
I don't know why that absolutely creases me up. I feel like my meme coins, if you know me, I'm down pretty bad in the trenches with meme coins. So I feel like that's so relatable. But yeah, that is exactly how to get those stitch clips, which is what a lot of you are asking in the comments on my previous video. Now, let's jump into actually how to edit all of this together to make some viral bangers. The full step-by-step editing tutorial on how to create viral faces content using CapCut. So we're at the tutorial section now. All the assets for the exact video that I'm going to be editing are going to be linked in the description, so you can literally just click where I click, follow with me to learn all the editing techniques with the footage that I'm using. Let's jump into it. First of all, make sure you obviously download the assets, and then we're going to go in and we're going to import them into CapCut. So I'm going to do that now. Import this folder, and then the first thing we're going to edit is the voiceover, because that's basically what creates the entire video for these style of content. So we're going to open the A-roll folder and then press the blue plus, and it's going to add the voiceover to the timeline. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to change the ratio to 9:16, and now the goal is to try and make this as punchy as possible. So we're going to listen to it, and we're basically going to cut out all of the bits that that are unnecessary. So this section here, there's a huge pause. We're going to zoom in. I'm going to press the B, and then I'm basically going to get the blade tool, and I'm going to cut out any pauses, and then we're going to overlay them over the top, as you can see. Cut, and then I'm going to delete, and then overlay, delete, overlay, delete, overlay. And you should obviously start with the nearest clip. I think this is called a J-cut in like editing terms, where you basically overlap. There's no pause between the talking if you listen to it. So I'll overlap these like this, and then I'll zoom back out and listen to it from the beginning.
Show you how I make $3,000 a month legally stealing other people's content. Most people will swipe.
And that's basically it for the editing style for the voiceover. We basically need to go through and just, yeah, I think it's called a J-cut. You overlap them so it's like short, punchy, there's no delays, and it's just gonna increase retention. Now I'm gonna speed up and go through and do that for the rest of the clip, and then I'll see you once I've got the full timeline. Okay, so now I've done it for the entire clip. I'm going to zoom out, and then that is basically the voiceover section done. I'm going to highlight everything, right click, and create a compound clip. This makes it easy for us to go through and do any edits without all the audio trying to separate, and it also makes it easier to generate auto captions. So that's the base of this video done. It's now time to do the stitch section. Editing viral hooks using meme stitch clips. So the first stitch clip we're going to use is the meme one. So if we go into our stitch folder, we're literally just going to drag and drop it onto the timeline. There's a perfect transition on this clip where it actually fades out, and that's where we're going to cut it. So I just need to watch it and find that exact point. So I'm going to zoom in, watch the clip, and then it fades out like now. So that's it. I'll pause it there, and then I'm just going to delete all the way back to that point, and then we'll start the voiceover from that. And then go back to the beginning, make sure there isn't any like blank spaces at the beginning. I'll cut it back a bit further and then drag that in. And then what I'm going to do is, because there's branding, I'm going to copy and paste this. So I'm going to lift it up the timeline, then going to drag and drop. And now I have a double. I'm going to add a mask on top of the top clip, which is basically going to allow me to blur out the branding of the NPC Solana. So yeah, I'm going to use a rectangle mask. I'm going to drag it down and then just literally only spread it across the text like that, and then I'll add a little bit of a feather. Then we're going to go into the effects tab in CapCut, then we're going to search for blur, and then I'm just going to drag and drop that only onto the top layer, and there you go. And then we're going to do maximum blur, and then I'm going to click on the clip again, and then I'm going to actually reduce the feather, so then it actually clearly blurs the letters, and then I'm going to add a little bit of rounded corners, and that's it. So now let's watch that back.
Yo, fucking give me my fucking money back, bro.
It's clever, honestly, gets me every time. So that's the section done for the stitch. We're now going to add the POV footage that we filmed to actually make up the rest of the video. How to film and edit faceless POV content to sell anything online. So before we go into editing the UGC filmed content, I just quickly want to show you exactly how I filmed it. So I just took my phone and I'm going to screen record this so you guys can see what I can see. And as I was talking about my script, so for example, I would say inside the Whop Clips community, they have talking points for UGC, and here you can access them, and this is going to help you write your scripts. And then I literally just add that in. So just visually show by recording with your phone exactly what it is that your script says, and then you're ready to go into the editing section. So now you have filmed your POV section, it's a case of coming in and literally just editing the footage and the voiceover so that everything lines up and it makes sense visually. So let's do that. We're going to CapCut and we're going to open up the A-Roller folder, and if you're following along with this, all the assets are down below, so you can literally just copy the same that I do. And then I'm going to drag and drop the first clip, which is going to be my introduction clip. And then this works with the initial hook of the voiceover. So then I'm going to look for my next clip, and I'm going to drag that on, and then I'm going to basically line it up so there's constant movement on screen and that it's still visually sharing. So you can lift it off the timeline, shorten it a little bit, and then transition it, and then I'm going to shorten that again. Then I'm going to check it back in place and see what that looks like. That looks better because now I've got instant scroll, so then there's constant movement on screen. And now I'm literally going to fly through and do that for the rest of the script, exactly like that, and I'll show you once it's done. Okay, so now we've finished. Let's jump in and take a look.
Yo, fucking give me my fucking money back, bro. Bro, give me my fucking money back.
show you how I make $3,000 a month legally stealing other people's content. Most people swipe away and miss out on this opportunity to make money from flipping coins. This is a guaranteed way. Anyone can make $1 online. It's called Whop Clips. No one knows this. You can get paid $3.50 for 1,000 video experience. Let me show you exactly how most makes $20,000 a month doing this. Step 1, join Whop Clips. It's free. Step 2, go to their library and choose one of their videos. Clip 3, host the clips and get paid. Step 8, link growers charging thousands for access to the course. So you can't free. Awesome access to the entire course. I use for free.
So that's it. As you can see, we've now got the storyline linked up, the voiceover matches with what the POV was showing, and everything works. We've got the initial stitch hook. Let's move to the next step. By the way, guys, top tip when you're editing, if you press the L key on your keyboard, that will speed it up in 2x. So then if you think about the time you're spent editing, if you're watching a 2-3 minute clip, every single time you watch it all the way through, it's obviously 3 minutes long. Where if you speed up one 2x or 4x, you save a bunch of time editing, especially if you try and do long form YouTube videos. That's a top tip. Creating viral engaging captions. So next we're going to generate some captions. To do this, I'm going to go and zoom out, and then I'm going to go up to the text in the top left corner. Then I'm going to scroll down captions, and I'm going to click generate. And then this is going to automatically turn our audio into captions. A top tip here is to make sure when we've gone and done the J-cuts of the voiceover file, to make sure you then select it all and create a new compound clip. This way CapCut's way more accurate at actually generating your captions. So once the captions have been generated, let's go in and edit them. So firstly, we're going to find a template that basically has a simple pop out word by word. So I don't want any animations really, I just want it to be fastest time possible between. So like no delay. So something like this is perfect. So we're going to choose this one. And then I'm going to go in and actually add my own font. So I'm going to go up, and I've linked the font in the assets pack down below. It's Cool Vertica Regular. So this is the font that I like to use. Then I'm going to move it up to the center of the screen. And then I'm going to just make the y-axis 0, so that means it's the center point on the vertical. And then I'm going to reduce the outline so it's a little less thick, and let's have a look at that.
Yo, fucking give me my fucking money back, bro. Bro, give me my fucking money. Give me my fucking money back. Give me my fucking money back.
I'm about to show you how I make $3,000.
Okay, I'm happy with these captions. I think these look super clean. So now there's just a CTA section that I want to go and actually highlight a few words. So let me show you how to do that. So if I scroll along and find the bit where I say comment the word free to get access, and then I'm going to go into captions, not captions, text, where I need to click on the actual text itself. There you go. And I'll highlight this section, and then I'm just going to choose the color green. And now you can see it changes that word to free. This basically just exaggerates your CTA and makes it super clear to know what word you want your audience to comment. Okay, so now we're going to do the outro. Because we used the stitch clip from that crypto meme, I think it has actually a perfectly timed outro sequence that we can add. So let's do that now. I'm going to copy and paste the first clip, and then I'm going to drag it right to the end. Then I'm going to find the bit that it transitions to this outro, and I'm going to drag that there. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to copy the beginning clip again, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to drag it out to the max, and then I'm going to line it up with that clip at the bottom, make sure I've got the magnetic timeline on, and then make sure that's lined up. There we go. And then I'm going to cut it back so that we have the overlay. And then let's have a look. Zoom in on the timeline a little bit. I want to just make sure that all of the audio, it cuts off because there's a section that says what. So I'm going to just press the B, and that gets the blade tool, and then I'll cut, and then I want to line up these two clips together. So that's perfect. Rapidly add smooth transitions between clips. So now we need to go in and add some transitions. So let me show you how easy this is to do on CapCut. So I'm going to go over to transitions, and then I'm going to choose the whoosh transition, which you can just search whoosh, and it's going to be that image of the car. And then I'm going to make sure that I create a compound clip. So I'll select those two clips, click create compound clip, and then do the same for the outro clip, create compound clip. And then I'm going to drag and drop the whoosh there, and then on the end. And then I'm actually going to click apply all, and it's going to add a transition between all of our clips. And you can literally just add one transition and then click apply all, and it'll apply it to all the cuts. So now let me watch back what this transition looks like.
Give me my fucking money back. Give me my fucking money back.
Yeah, that looks clean.
Show you how I make
Okay, and that's it. So next, we need to go and add the viral music. This is what's going to bring the entire video together. The cheat code to a viral video, music. I've created a folder of the trending songs right now, and I've linked them in the assets pack below. So we're going to go over to import, and then we're going to click on the viral music folder, and I'm going to listen to the songs in there. Try and find one with a good drop for the stitch. I know this song has a good drop, so I'm going to click import, and then I'm going to drag and drop it onto the timeline. And then I'm going to right click this because I don't need the video, click extract audio, and then delete the original video. And then I'm going to turn the volume down. Okay, so now I need to go and line up the bit where's the drop with the stitch cut to the POV footage. So let's zoom in. So as you can see, okay, so that's when the drop, that works well. So now I need to basically go in and line it up. I'm going to go and add a keyframe at the beginning where the actual transition happens, and then I'm going to go back 10 frames and add a -20. So I want this to basically go from quiet to loud when it drops. So I'm going to change it a little bit higher. So this is going to be -20, and then the next one is going to be -10. Let's listen to this.
Yo, fucking give me my fucking money back, bro. Bro, give me my fucking money. Give me my fucking money back. Give me my fucking money back.
Dun. Okay, yeah, that transition works really well and the song fits perfectly. So the music's actually a bit too loud, so I'm going to go back to the keyframes and I'm going to reduce both of them by 10 decibels. So the earlier one, I'm going to make it -30, and then I'm going to press this arrow and go to the next keyframe and make this one, instead of -10, I'm going to make it -20. So we should be able to hear the voiceover better this time. So now I'm going to cut the end of the song and I'm going to drag and drop it to the end of the clip. Actually, the outro already has a song, so I'm going to reduce that to the end of the voiceover. Okay, so now I just need to increase the audio of the voiceover, so I'm going to increase this to 5, and then let's listen to this back.
Yo, fucking give me my fucking money back, bro. Bro, give me my
Okay, let's listen to the transition. Clean. I can hear the voiceover clearly, the drop works really well, and the audio isn't too distracting, so that's perfect. So now I'm going to fly through, listen to the rest of this. Ending the video strong with a good payoff. Okay, so the outro works well, but let's make some tweaks. So first of all, I want to add the bit in the voiceover. I added a final CTA that basically says, even this video you're watching right now is making me money. So then comment CTA to learn now. So it's like Inception, because they're watching a piece of content about how to make money with making that type of content. So I'm going to listen to the voiceover and find the section that I want. And then once I have, I'm going to delete the rest of the audio to the end of the clip. I'm going to drag this back to the outro. And let me just listen to that.
Free right now and change your life.
Okay, comment free right now and change your life. So I'm going to bring this audio back again. Try and find this.
See how easy this is? Comment free right now and change your
Okay, almost there. So now I just need to quickly extend the audio back,
this video.
and I want it to say, even this clip you're watching right now is making me money. Don't you see how easy this is? Comment free and change your life.
This video you're watching is getting me paid. Don't you see how easy this is? Comment
Okay, perfect.
free right
So
now
now,
and change your life.
now I've got the voiceover section I need. I need the actual outro clip to be longer. So to do that, I'm going to just basically increase the duration of the clip by making it go slower. So I'm going to put it at 0.8 speed, I think, and that should give me the perfect length.
This video you're watching is getting
Okay, even this video you're watching is getting me paid. Don't you see how easy this is? Comment free right now to change your life.
Don't you see how easy this is? Comment free right now and change.
Okay, perfect. So the clip's the right length now and it all lines up well. So now we're going to add an on-screen text CTA as well. And I'm going to try and make it funny because this intro stitch clip is funny. So we're going to keep it like with similar theme. So I'm going to add a text box and then I'm just going to write, if only I joined Whop Clips, which again works with the CTA because you're trying to get people to join. And then I'm going to do it in like speech quotations. There we go. And I'm going to drag this up to the top of the clip. And then I'm going to add this. Probably going to do it in like a speech bubble. Let's have a look with like the white background, a bit like the TikTok native. So let me click on this one. Yeah, something like that. So then I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Watch it back. Okay, so now animation. I want it to fade in because the clip fades in. And then I'm going to increase duration of the fade in. Okay, cool. And then I want to make sure it fades out as well. So animation out. Okay, so that only fades out the actual writing. I want it to fade out the white box as well. So what I'm going to do is create a compound clip of that, and then I should be able to fade this out as a graphic rather than just text. There we go. So it can fade in and then fade out and the whole thing will disappear. All right, perfect. That's a top tip, guys. If you want to do any graphic animations for your text, just right click all of your texts and create it into a compound clip. Then you'll be able to add additional animations to this. So let's watch it back. correct any spelling mistakes that CapCut might have made. Alright, perfect. So now we can literally go and export this clip. That is the whole thing edited and ready. So now we're going to go and export the video. So go and click export and then just name this. I'm just going to call this UGC example. And then click export, and that's it, you're done. And we're gonna watch all 3 of them at the end of the video. Editing viral hooks using brain rot content. Okay, so now let me show you the cheat code for pumping a bunch of this content out and making you guys the most money with the least amount of work possible. So we're gonna go back into the editing timeline and we're gonna go into our folder and we're basically gonna swap out the first part of the clip. So go into the stitch examples, and then for this one, we're gonna drag and drop the brain rot clip. So I'm going to delete that and I'm actually going to drag and drop it directly over the stitch clip. So let's drag that there and then click replace clip. And so now we basically just need to delete the original text. And we're going to go over and generate new auto captions, obviously for the cars versus the brain rot stitch. So I'm going to click generate. It's going to generate new. Before I do, so that we don't confuse the old captions, I'm going to highlight them all and I'm going to click create compound clip. This way CapCut won't change those original captions, and all it's going to do is add the first half. So I'm going to click generate auto captions again, and now it's going to generate all the captions again, but I'm just going to delete the second half because I don't need these. So I'm going to drag across and then click delete, and now I'm just going to look at these original ones. I'm going to highlight these and make them fit the style of content. So I'm going to go over to text, templates, and I'm going to find like a brain rot style text font. Something like this red one here. And it kind of looks like it's driving anyway, so that works really well. So I'm going to put that in the center. Okay, so let's go and watch it back. So yeah, I think that font looks good. Okay, so because the fonts are at different places, all we have to do is just click apply to all, and then the changes we made will be applied to all the fonts. Okay, so that's the brain rot stitch done. We can now go up to the right hand side, click the blue button and export this video. I'm going to call this the brain rot example. It's time to move to the final stitch, which is the podcast example, and I've seen this blow up a lot of people's pages. Editing viral hooks using podcast clips. So for this, I need to go and generate a new voiceover section because the clip that I've gone and got is Mr. Beast saying about clippers and how they generate so many views for a YouTuber's page. And so I want to have a section that's a little bit more relevant than the current voiceover, but I'm going to keep everything else the same. I'm just going to go into 11's lab and generate a section that says he's talking about me, I'm a clipper, and then I'll go into the rest of the script. So let's go and do that. So I'm going to go to Google and just search 11 labs, and it's the top link, or you can link down in the description to head there. And then I'm literally just going to say he's talking about me, I'm a clipper. And last month I made 3,000. Let me show how. And then we'll listen to this.
He's talking about me, I'm a clipper, and last month I made $3,000. Let me show you how.
Okay, so I need to add a few words there. I made 3,000 doing this. Let me show you how. And then we'll add some punctuation to make it a little bit more exaggerated.
He's talking about me, I'm a clipper, and last month I made $3,000 doing this. Let me show you how.
Okay, so now I need to export this, but I've accidentally put this in the wrong section, so I'll just export it from the actual place where you generate it. Click export. Okay, perfect. So I'm happy with that. I click the download button, and then we're going to import that into our timeline, and I'll drop this in the assets folder for you guys. Okay, so now in CapCut, I'm going to go duplicate this project because I'm going to make some changes. So I want to keep the original one, which we can easily drag and drop stuff in to change. And now I need to import that new voiceover that we made. So I go to import, and then I'll go to my downloads folder, and I'll import the podcast Stitch voiceover. Okay, so I'll drag and drop it onto the timeline, then I'll click replace clip. Okay, so now I'm going to actually find the section in the podcast clip that I want it to run to before we do the transition into the POV bit. So I'm going to quickly go in and watch this and line it up. Okay, so now I've got the exact section of the podcast clip I want, and now I just need to go and adjust the audio so I can clearly hear the podcast. So let's do that. So this is too quiet now, so I'm gonna turn this up by just putting this to like minus 20 decibels. And then I'm going to go down to this keyframe and I'm gonna drag it all the way back to the beginning. And then this keyframe, I'm gonna click on it and I'm gonna make this minus 20. And then I'm going to make the other keyframe also -20. So that's like the perfect decibels to still hear the clip and the audio and the voiceover. Okay, so now I'm happy with the podcast clip and the music. I'm now going to drag and drop that voiceover and we'll make the edits for this.
How I make $3,000 a month legally stealing other people's content. Most people will.
Okay, so I want to cut it from where it says most people because that's actually where I transition through. So I'm going to line this up. I'm going to delete it back to there.
$3,000 a month legally stealing other people's content.
So now I'm going to zoom in onto the timeline and try and do a cut at the most people. So let me zoom in there. Let me just watch it back so I can figure out which volume spike it's cut. Most people. Okay, so the spike there. So I'm going to press B, blade, and then cut that out. And then I'm going to drag this voiceover file in line and overlay it like we did before. Okay, I'm going to move that slightly. And then we're just basically going to line it up. Super simple. Okay, so now I want to just quickly trim up the actual podcast clip section and make sure that the transition is smooth. So what I want to do here is I want to actually fade the interview, the podcast voice, so Jimmy, Mr. Beast, I want to fade him down to 0 and then transition and then the music drops. So let's go and do that. So I want to go about 10 frames back and then I'm going to add a keyframe and then I'm going to fade it out. So I'm going to hit keyframe there. No, sorry, that's the wrong one. I'm going to go to audio and then I'm going to hit keyframe there. And then I want to make sure that I go to the end of the clip just before while it transitions. So I'll redo the keyframe at the start and then play it. When you get to the transition, drag it to 0 and that will fade the noise of that clip down to 0. And it makes the transition 10 times more effective. Okay, cool. So now I just need to optimize this voiceover clip. So I'm going to just cut this section here so then there's no breaks in the script. Yeah, that looks good. And now I want to cut the bit where it says most on the compound clip of the captions. I'm going to go over to captions and generate new ones. So because I forgot to create the compound clip out of these two audio files, I'm going to come back, do that. I'm going to delete the captions we've just generated. And then we're going to click generate and generate them again. Okay, so now all the captions have been generated. I don't need any of these, so I'm going to delete them as they all stay the same. So I'm going to hit delete. And then here, I'm going to select all of these captions, go to templates, and I'm just going to select a cool template for this. So I want to move all the captions up to the middle. And then for this one, I'm just going to go for one of like those crazy CapCut, like neon floating styles. So let me see if I can find one. That looks good. This one looks kind of cool. I don't like that split, really. Okay. I'll highlight them all again, try a different one. Maybe this one. To be fair, I quite like this one. Does it have any like... Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like those captions. Creating this viral masking effect in CapCut. So now, a lot of the clips that you've been seeing online have this cool masking effect. So let me show you how to do that. So we're going to go and select this podcast clip. And then we're going to go over to mask. And then we're going to add the rectangle mask. And here, this is how you get these this kind of style that you've been seeing all over social media. And then I'm just going to round the corners. I'm going to leave them at like 14. I think that looks good. And I'm just going to make this a little bit taller and a little bit wider. And just adjust this a little bit. So yeah, that's nice in the center. So now let's watch that back. Yeah, I think that looks really good. Makes it look neat. And it adds additional bit of originality as well for all of your platforms. So now I'm going to quickly watch this back and I'm going to change this to the same style as the rest of the video captions. And quickly adjust that so it's the same as Cool Vertica. Okay, cool. We got the transition down, we got the captions done. And that's it. So now we'll export this and we'll call this the podcast example. Podcast clip hook, and then I'm going to click export. Okay guys, and that's it. We've generated all three and I've showed you some editing techniques throughout this using CapCut. So now the moment of truth, let's go and react and watch all of these. Reviewing the completed edits. So first, let's watch the crypto meme stage.
Yo, fucking give me my fucking money back, bro. Bro, give me my fucking money. Give me my fucking money back. Give me my fucking money back.
I'm about to show you how I make $3,000 a month legally stealing other people's content. Most people will
And then we'll look at the outro.
use to learn this for free. This video you're watching is getting me paid. Don't you see how easy this is? Comment.
That works really well. I really like that outro. It works. It basically creates like one piece of clear content, even though you've stitched some stuff together. Okay, so now let's look at the brain rot stage.
Cars versus King Kong. Nissan GTR. Ferrari.
I'm about to show you how I make
that's a clean
$3,000 a
transition.
month legally stealing other people's content. Most people will swipe away and miss out on this opportunity to make money from their phone. Forget meme coins. This is a guaranteed way anyone can make their first dollar online. It's called...
Okay, that worked well as well, and I really like the floating text for that. It works really well for that brain rot style of the cars. So now the final video, let's have a look at the podcast clip.
I won't say who, but the YouTuber with 20 million subscribers the other day. It's funny. He took the opposite stance. He's like, all these people keep re-uploading my videos on TikTok. And he sent me this one TikTok with like 30 million views where it was just a part of his video. And I was like, I just called him. I was like, yo, you fucking dipshit. You know how many people of that 30 million had no clue who you were? How many viewers that drove to your videos? I was like, what the fuck are you going on about?
He's talking about me. I'm a clipper. And last month, I made $3,000 doing this. Most... Of course, I used to learn this for free. This video you're watching is getting me paid. Don't you see how easy this is? Comment.
Okay, so that's it. That's the three different styles of stitches that you can use to make viral faceless content. And not only can you use this for Whop Clips and the opportunity of making $3.50 per 1,000 views, but you can also use this for literally all the other business models that we discussed earlier. Now, if you're going to use this for Whop Clips, let me quickly show you how you can make additional money doing this and the best practices for social media, as this has basically become an all-inclusive course for this faceless style of content. Okay, so these are the revenue maxing strategies that you should implement if you want to do this to maximize the time that you put in and the amount of money that you can make. Number one, because you're promoting Whop, they don't actually care if you're promoting your own product on Whop. So one thing you could do is actually create your own Whop. Number two, if you don't want to create your own Whop, you could actually affiliate for another high converting Whop. I'll put some examples in the Google Doc down below that you guys could use. And then this way, you can actually be creating a video showing people how Whop works and then show them a community and then actually be pitching that community, and it still counts because it's giving exposure to Whop. So those are like number one strategies, and then these are like the best tactics for social media in general, but also makes really good sense for Whop. Post across all platforms. Whop pays you $1 per 1,000 views at minimum, and it doesn't matter if you post the same video across multiple platforms. They pay you for each one of those videos that you post on all of those platforms. And it's even if you're not doing the Whop clips, if you start getting into the habit of posting across all social media platforms, you get much more reward for your single piece of work on one piece of content. And the best tool to use for this is repurpose.io. I'll drop a tutorial on how to do this because again, this video has gone way too long than I want it to be. I'll leave a link in the description and it'll have a really simple tutorial on exactly how to use repurpose.io. But this means that you can just post at one place and it's going to automatically distribute it across Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, the likes, and you don't have to do any more work. This tool is a game changer and really worthwhile using. Then the final point, like always, end these videos on a high. You do need to take action and try to constantly improve your content to constantly see improvements in your results. Now, every time that you create a piece of content, you shouldn't be seeing it. It's not like a job where you're just clocking in and clocking out. You should be seeing it as an opportunity for you to develop your skills, to get better, and to start really becoming an expert at this. Because the better you get, the more tools you learn how to use, and the more strategies you start implementing in your editing, the more views you'll get. And like we've learned on this channel and just in life right now in general, the better you are at conveying a message through social media, through video format, and which comes through editing, the more money you're gonna make. So guys, that is a wrap on this huge, long tutorial video. I hope you found it valuable. If you did, I've launched a 7-day to first $1,000 email mini course in the link down below. It would be cool to have as many of you guys join that because I do think that it perfectly aligns with everything that you've watched in this this video. So if you found this video valuable and you're interested in that, make sure to sign up to that 7-day to your first $1,000 online mini course. And also I've launched a brand new tools for creatorpreneurs. So that'll be linked down below. Basically high-level presets and editing assets to make all of your life easier. I'm really trying to rotate out of doing heavily sponsored videos, and I'm going to create my own tools and resources that will fund the channel, and then I can create banger YouTube content for you guys like these tutorials and not have to sell my soul to sponsors. And then I can create really raw, entertaining, authentic videos more consistently because I'm actually generating my own revenue rather than relying on sponsorships. Now, if you guys want to support and check any of those links down below and you found this video valuable, go down, check out the link, let me know what you think of the new website. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Your boy's Gonskis.